I wanted also to pay tribute to the incredible resilience of the Ukrainians, and it is incredible resilience. When this conflict broke out 4 years ago, it was assumed it would be a matter of weeks before Putin took the whole of Ukraine. That's what everybody believed to be the case. 4 years later, the Ukrainians are holding out against that aggression. Holding out on the front line where the circumstances are extremely challenging, but also holding out in the civilian life where every day Ukrainians get up and go to work as a sign of resilience and defiance of the aggression. We must defeat the falsehood that Russia is winning, because if you take the last year alone, Russia took 0.8% of land in Ukraine at a terrible cost to themselves of 500,000 losses. So we pay tribute to the resilience of Ukrainians. We all want a just and lasting peace, and that is what we're all working so hard for. It must be just and it must be lasting. That's why we set up the Coalition of the Willing a year ago, to do the work that was necessary on security guarantees. And I'm chairing a meeting of the Coalition of the Willing immediately after this Cabinet to try and take that work further forward. But let's be clear, in terms of getting to that just and lasting peace, it is Putin who is standing in the way. Vladimir Zelensky has shown willing, he's taken the lead. It is Putin who is standing in the way, and that's why we must always double down on our support for Ukraine. That means capability, it means resource, it means more sanctions, and today I'm pleased that we're announcing the biggest package since 2022 in terms of sanctions package. That's 300 energy companies, Russian energy companies, that are being targeted. And we're doing a lot more work on the shadow fleet, which is essential in terms of weakening the ability of Russia to continue with this aggression. And then finally this, because this is not a remote conflict a long way away from the United Kingdom. It's about us in so many levels. It's about our values of freedom, democracy, and the right of a country to decide for itself what it does, which is democracy and sovereignty. It has already impacted us over and above the work we've done on capability, resource, sanctions, etc., because it has hit every family with the cost of living. Energy prices doubled at the beginning of this conflict. They're still 40% higher than they were before the conflict, and so every family is feeling this. And how and when this conflict ends is going to affect everybody in the United Kingdom for a very long time, which is why it's so important that we make sure that it's a just and lasting peace. And Ukraine is very much the front line of our freedom, and we need to bear that in mind as we mark this 4 years since the outbreak of this awful conflict.